The room is relationships. The room is you and me and everyone in America.
What are you talking about?
The room is different cookie cutter from Hollywood.
Yeah, man, you never know. People are very strange these days.
What's going on?
Welcome to The Room Minute,
the podcast where we get obsessed with the cinematic classic The Room.
1 minute at a time.
You have no idea what kind of trouble you're in here, do you?
Why are you so hysterical?
We always wanted people actually talk about it.
I did not hit her. It's not true. It's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hi, Allison.
Oh, hi, Rob.
Oh, hi, listeners. We're here to talk about minute 72 of The Room, in which Lisa tries to teach Michelle how to live. And you gotta shake your shoulders on that third live, because it's the only way it works. Which fits with the witch theory that Sean had last time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hi, Sean.
Oh, hi.
You know, like Bewitched, she would shake her little, I don't know how she did that, shake her nose and she'd do magic.
Yeah.
Lisa shakes her shoulders and, stuff happens.
Yeah. She would actually do that, Elizabeth Montgomery, when they were like...
Yeah, it was something she could do.
Show,
I don't know how you shake your nose.
She could do it somehow. Oh, and there's the bag.
Yeah,
that,
now we see the bag that Mark put there, which is why he awkwardly walked around the coffee table. But the camera was up high, so we didn't get to see what he did.
Mm-hmm.
But he did bring a bag, and he set it down.
Oh, hi, bag.
Yeah.
On the table with, of course, a candle.
Yes, the candle. It's that little three-wick candle that we've seen in Mark's bedroom, in Lisa's and Johnny's bedroom, and in the living room. Or the room.
That candle gets around.
Yeah. Well, if you got a good candle like that, it's got charisma.
Yeah.
You don't need a candle like that all at once.
Right.
Make it last.
And we come in midline of Michelle asking, what about his zipper?
What about his zipper?
Because Lisa claimed that Mark just brought takeout.
Yeah, what about his zipper?
What about his zipper?
Yeah, leave him alone. He's a good guy.
Leave him alone. He's a good guy.
Is he?
Is he, though?
Is Mark a good guy?
I'm guessing not.
I mean, he did immediately leap to, Denny's defense up on the roof with the drug dealer. But otherwise, he's cheating with his best friend's future wife.
That's not good.
Right.
I mean, he's a complicated... No one is all good or all bad, but...
True, but I wish we knew that he was good. I wish we knew something about him. We don't even know what he does. We saw him, he has a car.
And we know he has a car.
And,
well, there you go.
And apparently a car phone.
Good. Bad people can't own cars, right?
Well, he has a car with a car phone in 2003, 2004, when they film this and when it comes out. That's weird. Or he's really into old things.
Yeah. Does it have an old-timey handset? With
we don't get to see that much of the car.
Oh.
It was the interior of a car, close up, so we don't see much. But still, Tommy Wiseau would not let them use his car because he didn't want anyone to see what his car was, even though we were only seeing the interior.
Mm-hmm.
So they used, I forget who, it was some crew member's car that they used for the shot.
That had a car phone?
No, I'm pretty sure it is just a wireless house phone that they used for that scene.
Oh, okay.
But you can see the little charging things on the bottom, little metal strips.
Okay.
Michelle asks, did you tell Johnny yet? And Lisa tells us,
no.
And this is the last time we will hear this.
Mark's his best friend.
This is the 7th time we've been told Mark is Johnny's best friend. Mark said it in minute 16.
Johnny's my best friend.
And 20.
Johnny's my best friend.
Lisa said it in minute 21.
I know. He's your best friend.
Johnny said it in minute 39.
I'm so happy I have you as my best friend.
Lisa in minute 44.
His best friend. And he lives in this building.
Mark in minute 65.
Oh, come on, Johnny's my best friend.
And now Lisa in minute 72.
No. Mark's his best friend.
So, this is the final time. Because after this, I just think it's not true anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Which is very sad for all involved. And I don't know if either of you noticed this, but right after she says the Mark's his best friend and tricky,
Tricky.
Michelle is turned around doing something, and she turns back to the camera. At first I was like, what is Robin Paris doing? Because that's weird. And then we get another shot later where she's holding bowls. I'm like, I guess that's what was in her bag. And even though the camera wasn't on her, she went ahead with the action of getting the bowls out of the bag, which is why Robin Paris is one of our favorite people in this film. She's putting effort in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks natural. Because then, yes, she hands a bowl to...
I don't know if it looks natural, because she turns around and we don't know what she's doing. But then it becomes something natural when we see, oh, she has bowls.
Yeah.
From somewhere.
She turned, she got the bowl, she turned back. She said, here's your bowls.
We don't get to see where she got the bowls from, but we can assume it's from her bag that she brought in.
Because we did see her bag when she came in.
Yeah.
Very nice bag with flowers on it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Michelle says, tricky.
Tricky.
Which, yes.
You know.
Yeah.
Having sex with your fiance's best friend is tricky.
Future husband. The word fiance is not in the film because I believe it's French. And that wouldn't be allowed. As we pointed out last week, Tommy would not let anyone use any French in the film.
Oh, okay.
Which is why he tackled Mark when they were throwing a football. You missed that. We get him. Tommy Wiseau tackling Greg Sestero. And it stayed in the film, and they just overdubbed the dialogue so it looked more fun.
Because he used French?
Because he got mad and he said something in French, yeah. Because Tommy was having trouble catching the ball, and so Mark told him, like, catch this, and he said it in French. And Tommy yelled at him and then ran at him and tackled him. In the movie, it's like playful dialogue, like, I'm going to get you, and stuff like that, and it becomes this funny, weird moment. But in reality, no, he was mad.
Wonder why Tommy hates France.
Well, it's not that he hates France. He didn't want anyone to know that he spoke any languages other than English because he's very American, you know. But he actually, Tommy Wiseau speaks, presumably he speaks Polish because that's where his family's from. He speaks French. I don't know if that's because he lived in New Orleans for a while or if he lived in France at some point. And he also speaks English, and I think he speaks another language, but I don't remember what it was. I think Greg mentions it in The Disaster Artist. But he doesn't want people to know that. He wants people to think he's from New Orleans and he speaks English. He's an American.
Makes total sense because most Americans kick people's asses when they speak French.
Yeah.
It's an American thing to do.
Greg Sestero speaks French fluently because his mother's French. And despite him being really good at it, his French accent comes across very fake. We talked about this a long time ago in Retro Puppet Master. Everyone thinks his accent is really bad. I think it's actually really genuine and we're just not used to it.
How apropos.
Yeah.
But Lisa's getting really feisty.
Oh, yeah.
I kind of like this side of Lisa.
I mean, we're down to the countdown to the end now. This is the last day of the film. Probably.
Yeah. Probably. Yeah.
I want to check, but I also don't want to check because I just want to be more confused when things happen. But yeah, she's like,
I really loved Johnny at first. Everything's changed. I need more from life than what Johnny can give me. Suddenly my eyes are wide open and I can see everything so clearly.
This is essentially Lisa's thesis for her version of the movie.
I can see everything so clearly. I want it all.
And Michelle says what we're probably all thinking at this point.
You think you can get it all from Mark?
If he can't give me what I want, somebody else will.
Yeah, that's right, Lisa.
Just grab that brass ring, girl. You go.
And then, as I put in my notes here, we get a wide shot as Michelle joins Lisa on the couch for a sick burn. When she says, Lisa,
you're sounding just like your mother.
Damn. I didn't know Michelle was that familiar. Wait, Michelle's not that familiar with Claudette. This movie's fucking with my head again.
They must have met at some point.
Michelle and Claudette just met like 3 days ago. And they shared like 20 seconds of screen time. This is not necessarily accurate. Lisa introduced Claudette to Mike. Not to Michelle.
Mom, this is Michelle's boyfriend, Mike. Mike, this is my mother.
We have no reason to think they've been near each other ever. Oh, well, I guess Michelle could have heard stories from Lisa about her mother.
Yeah, I bet Lisa complains a lot about her mother.
Yeah.
And then now it's like, well, you're just doing the stuff that you've been complaining about.
Her mother and all of her men.
Yeah. Although that's a pretty good, you don't really need to know much about the relationship. That's, I think, a generic enough insult. Just any woman, if you just say, you're acting like your mother, and that'll get you slapped.
Well,
if you ever want a woman to slap you and you're not sure what to say, try that, because it'll work more often than not.
Yeah.
Just say, you're acting like your mother.
Although Lisa doesn't slap her.
No.
No. Some self-control there, I guess.
Huh. And she does, I don't know. Earlier, I thought she said father, but she does say mother. There you go.
And Michelle says, you're
being
so
manipulative.
Yeah.
The continuation of Lisa's thesis.
So what? You can learn something from me. You have to take as much as you can. You have to live.
Gotta shake your shoulders on the old third live.
Don't worry about me. I have everything covered.
Yeah.
And then Michelle gets to state the obvious.
Your point of view is so different from mine.
Which is a lesson we could take from this film, really. That, all these people are different. As you were pointing out before, not everyone is just all good. Mm-hmm. Mark has different things going on in his life. Whatever his life includes, we don't know. But he has that. And then we come back to Lisa, and she starts to say her next line, but all we get is look.
Yeah. I love the foreshadowing. I love any time a character says, I have everything covered. I'm like, oh, it's on. Something's happening now. I don't know who's going to get it, but someone's getting something. Anyone who ever says in a movie, I have everything covered, does not have everything covered.
No.
It makes me want, I'm like, oh, now I kind of want to see what happens next. I should watch that.
Or in this case, it's almost that she does have everything covered, but you're not supposed to have everything covered. You're supposed to have the future husband or the boyfriend, not both. Mm-hmm. She's doing too much.
Right, yeah, I forgot. Like an ordinary person getting overconfident saying I have everything covered would mean they're due for a downfall. But Lisa's not an ordinary person. She's the serial killer with a closet full of dresses from her.
And a whole bunch of people coming over later. And she's got it ready.
Yeah.
Pride goes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pride
That's
goeth
my story
before a
for her.
fall.
Yeah. That's one of them deadly sins, right?
Yeah.
Notes from a midnight screening.
When they move the coffee table, remember to lift, someone says. And I don't know if you've been here for any of the football tossing. Have you, Sean?
I have not. I've not seen any football.
Because when they throw the football, it's always one throw is male, next throw is bonding, male, bonding. We get female bonding when they move the table together here, which is nice. The audience is getting together with the women for a change. When Lisa says, if he can't give me what I want, someone else will, the audience is like, ooh, they're into that. And of course, the audience says, live, along with Lisa. Although I don't think the audience all shook their shoulders. Their lives must suck.
I feel like any of these audience participation things start off really strong, like the first 20, 30 minutes, and then there's a lull. And
We're in the
if you're
lull.
lucky, you can kind of get the crowd back into it at the end. But
there's some good ones at the end.
Yeah. But
nice.
You'll have to go next time you go. You'll have to shake the shoulders on that live and kind of start that.
Of course,
as part of the thing.
For the record, I have shaken my shoulders every time I've said it while we've been recording because I feel like I can't do it otherwise. It'd be wrong.
We could hear it.
Yeah,
I can hear your shoulders shake.
But it is Friday.
Friday.
It's Friday.
I just want to say, I unironically like that song.
Gotta get down on Friday.
Okay. I mean, it's not a great song, but as just kind of light bubblegum pop, it's got a bad rap.
It could do without the rap in the middle.
Oh, absolutely. This should just be straight Rebecca Black.
No relation.
Just be the bubblegum and that's it.
Yeah.
Instead, it's like there's something crunchy in the middle and it doesn't fit.
But it's all right.
It's Friday.
I know it. It all sounds like some bad movie.
So we talk about bad movies.
Oh, yeah.
Now, Sean and I both watched the same movie last night, or did you watch it this morning?
I watched it this morning.
Okay, I watched it last night, and Allison, you watched some of it, but you had to go to work.
Yes.
That movie was Things, directed by Barry J. Gillis, which, after watching it, we'll get to what it's about in a second. After watching it, I was thinking, I think I posted on Facebook, I think I'm done with movies now.
You've reached the end.
I peaked, It's all downhill from here. And I was thinking now, if I do watch a movie, it's like it's a post-Things world. Because, perspective is different. That was one of the... I had to actually look up on IMDb what the plot was after I watched it.
Yes.
Because the IMDb description points out that apparently the main guy, Don, played by the director, is impotent. And that's why he has the weird dream about telling his wife in the opening scene that he wants her to have his baby, and she can't.
I said I wanted you to have my baby.
I'd have your baby.
Darling, I want you to have my baby.
I've already had your baby.
And then he gets a doctor to experiment on her so that she can have a baby, and she gives birth to the titular things, which are these weird ant-looking bugs that have no animation to them whatsoever and just look stupid. And then he and two other guys get stuck in a house with those things. Mm-hmm. That's the movie. But really what the movie is a series of badly shot conversations, many of which take place in one half of the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
Even after his wife has just died, they joke about weird things. His friend pours whiskey on him for some reason. They kill things off screen or out of frame. They couldn't do the effects every time. And then they just keep coming, the characters keep coming back to the kitchen as if, the things can't move and chase them. And then the characters also come back from being dead and...
Yes. Yeah, so it's a little bit like a Kevin Smith film with early Sam Raimi thrown in, or...
Well, yeah, they reference Evil Dead, not by title, but they're like, what was that movie where they were in that cabin? How did it start? He's like...
How'd that movie start that you're always talking about? You know, that weird one with all those weird things?
It all started when they found a tape recorder down in the basement. They heard it on, and there's all these weird satanic cults chants on it. That's how it all started.
They find a book in the basement with demon, because they read some weird thing at the beginning of this movie.
Yeah, because I guess it's
is that what this is, and it's not.
Are they brothers, the two guys? And it's basically just,
I don't know.
It's basically it's just them. Yeah, they're just sitting around.
I didn't even know the one character's name because the subtitle, whoever did the subtitles, kept referring to both of them as Dawn. And Dawn is the guy played by the director.
Right.
The guy with the glasses.
Dawn. Oh, yeah, no.
The other guy's character is named Doug.
Right, so at least...
I didn't know that until I looked it up on IMDb.
Yeah, according to IMDb, they have the same last name. So I guess they're brothers, Don and Doug.
Okay.
But the movie's basically just them sitting around, drinking beer, just, ragging on each other, telling jokes,
randomly watching someone get tortured.
Yeah.
On TV, I think.
Just kind of doing the things brothers do. Now, so is that supposed to be... Was that a snuff film?
Well, he said that for some reason up where they are, they're in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, yeah. They get all these weird channels.
They get weird TV channels.
Including
apparently snuff films.
When he first says, he's like, oh, yeah, we get all these crazy channels, like the Bestiality channel.
Yeah, there's a Bestiality channel, yeah.
But yeah, so then they're watching the scene, and the guy's like, oh, the special effects, or this is so cheesy, this is so poorly done. And I mean, it never goes anywhere, but I thought the implication was we're supposed to think, oh, he's watching a real killing. And he
right, even though we never see the television.
No,
which is what's weird. Did they show the television?
I'm trying to. They
talk about watching TV, and then
they do.
The way I saw it is, it was like they looked into a doorway, and it was in the next room. Someone was being tortured. I'm like, I didn't know where the movie was going at this point.
Yeah, no, I think they show. There's a few scenes of the television screen. Mostly, you see the side of the television, and I think you do see a quick. I think during that scene, I was going to say I have to watch it again, but no, I don't have to watch this again.
I want to.
It is a very interesting film in many ways. The Foley work, and I haven't dug into the full credits on IMDb. Whoever did Foley for this film should get an Oscar. Just
whoever did the ADR for this film.
Yeah, the ADR, the Foley work, the sound is incredible. The writing is awful. Whoever wrote it should be forbidden from ever writing anything ever again.
I think the director also wrote it and starred in it and make sure that he gets to walk around without a shirt for half an hour of the movie.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah.
He's like the guy in, was it Trailer Park Boys? Where there's just one guy who's the whole series. There's one guy who's never has a shirt on. And I don't know if they ever explain why, but he's like that.
Was that guy at least, fit?
No.
I don't remember. Okay.
No. And then this film also features Amber Lynn.
Well, okay, I guess, yes, she's featured.
Maybe features the wrong word. She's in it.
She is featured because she is in separate scenes that are just hers.
Yeah.
Reading cue cards that for some reason are way the fuck off to the side away from the camera.
A New Jersey woman who gave police a tip earlier on in the day has been deemed psychologically insane by the staff at St. Mary's Hospital in New York. There is still a chance that after being declared missing for 14 days, Don Drake and Fred Lewis may still be alive.
Now, maybe I missed it, is there a connection between her scenes and the Don and Doug, like the main story?
Not until the end of the movie. Her last couple reports mention them missing, even though they aren't missing, because I'm pretty sure the movie takes place almost in real time.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, the whole movie takes place the night they got to that house. So there wouldn't be any news reports about them missing.
Right. Yeah, but
she does mention them.
So she's playing a news reporter.
Yeah.
And they cut to her at just random times, and at one point she's reporting on a story, 2 brothers are missing. So I'm like, oh, there's the connection. These are 2 brothers.
Yeah.
And then like you said, then there's another report where she says, oh, they've been missing for 2 weeks. And I'm like, well, no, this movie doesn't seem to be going that long, because the wife dies giving birth to the aunt things. Yeah. And then they're like, well, we should do something about, we'll go to the police tomorrow. We'll go to the doctor tomorrow.
Yeah.
But then later, didn't she say like, oh, the brothers have been found?
Yes.
And it's before these guys are found?
Yes.
Maybe I've got it confused in my head.
Before the one guy runs out through the woods to pad the runtime of the movie and has to get helped up onto a bridge really awkwardly. It's...
Yeah. Well, and it's really weird in my head because Deliverance was on Turner Classic Movies last night, and I didn't watch the whole thing. Like, I kind of was flipping around in the beginning. I'm like, oh, Deliverance is on. And then I actually watched the last half hour where John Voight is like running through the woods trying to get away.
Yeah.
And then at the end of this, where the guy's running through the woods trying to get away. And I'm like, it kind of just all got mixed up in my head. And I'm like, is Ned Beatty showing up? Like, what's happening?
Well, what's weird also at the end of this is he's running through the woods, but there's nothing to get away from. As far as we know, he's killed all the things. Maybe.
Right.
It's just daytime now, so he decided to leave the house
because
they're far away from the nearest city.
Yeah. And I mean, his brother died and came back to life, but at that point,
twice.
He's like dismembered. Okay. So that was twice.
Yeah.
I got, I do need to see this again. At one point, I thought he was dead and he came back, and then I'm like...
And then the other friend has died like he's dead for like half an hour in the movie. He dies early, and I'm like, there's no other people. We need people. And he just shows up again at the end.
Yeah. It's very confusing.
Yeah.
But the sound is awesome. The creatures are... low
the creature
budget.
design is okay.
Yes.
It's just they don't do anything. They're just like a solid plastic thing. It doesn't move.
Yeah.
When you linger on them, it's clearly just a fake thing.
Yeah. The film, and this is one of the hallmarks how you know you're watching quality film, is... And actually, I got to take it back, because earlier I complained about the writing. It does have many quotable lines.
Many?
Many. Several, at least 2.
Oh, okay. What do you got?
Well, one is the, and I don't know if this may just be Doug. I'm not sure if it's both brothers. Doug has a habit of stating the obvious, where I think they lose power, the lights go out, and he's like, "We lost power, the lights are out." Like he just, like he's literally reading stage directions from the script. But then there's one line where the brother, I don't have the exact word for word in front of me, but he says something like, "The next time I take you somewhere, I'm leaving you home." I'm like, oh, that's a good line.
Next time I take you somewhere, I'm leaving you home.
Because he's complaining about this awful trip to the cabin that they're having, and
that fits the contradictory thing of one of the lines I liked, where he's like, "Oh, you're dead. No way am I going to let the creatures eat you alive."
Yeah, see,
they can't eat him alive. He's dead.
When he's like, So one brother kills, I think he was trying to kill, and I was deboning a chicken. I was breaking down a full chicken while I was watching, so I may have missed some things. But so one of the brothers is trying to kill a creature with a hammer, and he misses the creature, or he misses the thing, and then he kills his brother instead. He hits his brother with a hammer, and then he's like, "Oh no, I killed you with a hammer."
Oh no! What did I do? Oh, I hammered your head in. Are you all right? Oh. Blood. Oh, gotta get some bandages to you. Oh, you heavy thug. Put you back down. You're so heavy.
Like,
He's
just, he just says exactly what we've just seen in case you missed it. He's like, oh no, I killed you with a hammer.
My favorite line was the lost your train of thought, didn't I?
Lost your train of thought, didn't I?
Yeah.
That he says.
I lost your train of thought.
Because that was actually a good line of dialogue. It should have been in a better movie.
Yeah, so Things, 1989. It is currently streaming on Amazon Prime. Yeah. It's like an hour and a half, 89 minutes. It feels a lot longer than it is.
It will change your life, and you will regret that.
It was made in 1989.
It was released originally in 1989. It was probably made over the course of like a couple of years.
Yeah.
Like IMDb points out the sandwich scene, the actors were not all there for that scene, so they had to film it separately over multiple days. And I'm like, yeah, duh. Yeah, the lighting is all different on every shot.
Yeah.
The camera changes angles. You never see two people in the same spot.
Well, I gotta wonder, so the Barry J. Gillis, who I had heard of, but he wrote and starred and he's done some other things. Like,
yes,
was he dating Amber Lynn? I'm just wondering, cool, because so Amber Lynn has done some mainstream films.
I have no idea how he got her.
But I'm like, how does she get involved with this?
Maybe he found her right when she was trying to do regular movies and she just wasn't picky yet.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Though, and then it's so weird. So she's playing a character. Now the character is named Amber Lynn, but still it's a character. But then at the end, there's like there's a post-credit scene.
Yeah.
That's like an interview with her.
Yeah.
Like she's clearly
talking about meeting Anne Margaret. Yeah.
Yeah. She's talking about meeting Anne Margaret, which is, I'd love to meet Anne Margaret. She's a great talent, but yeah. So they're just like, we're just going to have a talking head segment with just Amber Lynn talking about meeting people in Hollywood for some reason. But I'm like, I'm wondering, like, so she, was she like dating, the writer or one of the producers or the director? Like, how did she get involved? Because the mainstream films that she's been in, Amber Lynn, are all a lot better than this film. So like, yeah, maybe this is like her first foray into films where she keeps her clothes on.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Her scenes, I'm reading on IMDb now, her scenes were filmed after the rest of everything else was filmed.
Okay.
And they did it just so they could put her name on the VHS.
Interesting. This is the marketing.
I don't know what they paid her, though.
So this is like with MASH, the film where they put in all the voiceover with the announcements at the camp. That was all done later to kind of tie all the scenes together.
Right, yeah.
This is like an Altman film. It's funny because my wife was in the room.
The movie?
And, well, she had left. No, not the film. The Room. She was in.
Let's get her as a guest.
Oh
no! Oh yeah. Why am I waiting till now to let you know? By the way, she played Lisa. I didn't tell you. No, I mean my wife was with me as I'm watching this movie, and she had left.
Okay.
She went to do something, and I'm like, oh, while she's gone, I'll put this movie on. And then she came back, and I said, you can put some, if you want to put something else on, I don't think you're going to enjoy this. And she's like, no, whatever. And then like 10 minutes in, she's like, I'm regretting my choice. I think we need to. But she did stay through the whole thing, but she was doing other stuff. But yeah, so Things, 1989.
Yeah.
Featuring. Amber Lynn is in it for bits. Now there is nudity, but it's not, Amber Lynn is not the nudity.
Yeah, the opening scene. I don't regret watching the movie. I do regret reading the trivia on IMDb just now, though, because I just learned that the quote-unquote actress in the opening scene was a prostitute they hired for the movie. And when they wanted to include her in the 2008 DVD release, they couldn't find her. Like, that sounds sad.
That is sad.
Or maybe they just didn't know her real name. I don't know. Maybe she's fine. But yeah, Things. So, great movie or the greatest movie?
So this movie has had, my takeaway from that bit of trivia is this movie had a DVD release.
Yes, apparently. I looked it up on on eBay. I had it on my watch list where I kept thinking of buying a DVD of this for $24. But now it showed up on Prime, so watch it for free.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to say I loved every minute of it, but I enjoyed it way too much. Although it was in a bad enjoyment way. It was like when the guy goes running in the woods at the end, I think I was just laughing like a maniac because I didn't know why anything existed anymore at that point.
It's a very strange film.
We might have to just stop doing this segment now. I don't know if there's any more bad movies worth talking about.
I don't know how you top Things.
Well, I'm going to watch this other movie if it's available. I think Wicked World is also on Prime now.
Yeah.
Here's what messed me up is that it said 2020, I'm pretty sure.
That's when it became digitally available, which is why the date's listed that way.
Right? So I thought it was shot in 2020.
If so, that would be a
And I was like,
brilliant
this
sort
is
of film project then. To make it look like that in 2020, it'd be difficult.
Yeah, because
I was like,
even for a low-budget, late 80s film, the quality is awful.
Right, everything's badly lit, and most of it is slightly out of focus.
But to do that now would be genius.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I got confused when I first noticed Robert was watching this. Particularly the mention of Amber Lynn, because I'm like, that's... Well, and Amber Lynn is still, I don't know if she's currently performing. She's within the last few years. She is been active, but I'm like, Amber Lynn 2020 versus Amber Lynn 1989 are two 30-year different things, which doesn't really matter because she's a news reporter. She's just sitting talking. So it could have been Amber Lynn 2020. Wouldn't have made that much of a difference as I originally thought it might make. So yeah, Amazon Prime, you'll get confused. You'll be like, wait, it says 2020. But like Robert said, it's probably just, that's when they got it, not when it was made.
Yeah. So if you know what the movie is because you like bad movies, go watch it as soon as you possibly can.
Yeah.
If you don't do well with movies, watch it anyway, just to ruin your life.
Yeah.
On that note of ruining lives, Sean, where can the audience hear more from you?
If you'd like to ruin your life, you can go to catandshawn.org, and there I link to the podcasts I host. I link to my podcast guest appearances, and that is at catandshawn.org.
So it's nothing wrong when people make fun of the project, in this case, The Room.
The Room Minute is a production of Lemming Drops Studio. You can find more content at lemmingdrops.com.
Follow The Room Minute on all the obvious social media. If you've got any stupid comments after the show,
you can leave them in your pocket on Facebook. If you like what you hear, throw us a rating and a review on your podcatcher of choice. Thank you for listening, and remember, if a lot of people loved each other, the world would be a better place to live.
Leave us!
Oh, coochie, 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 coochie.